Norway, the land of the midnight sun, the land of Magnus Carlsen. It is also known for its annual chess festival called the Norway Chess. Started in 2013, this unique tournament started in 2013. You will see the top 6 world's chess players, both in men and women, fighting it out parallelly in simultaneous double round robin 6-player format. The tournament to be held from 26th May to June 1st to be held in Stavanger, a city in Norway. We'll see 2 Indians in both the men and the women section. The reigning world champion, the youngest world champion, Gukesh and Arjun are the 2 Indians who will feature in the men's section, while for the second consecutive year, Humpy and Vaishali will represent India in the women's section. Among the top draws will be Gukesh and Arjun facing Magnus Carlsen in their respective matches. The Sports Journalists Association of Mumbai and Norway Chess had an interaction between the founder of the Norway Chess, the man behind starting this unique chess competition in 2013, Shell Madland. He was in Mumbai on Thursday, and he was also accompanied by his team members, including the marketing manager Dia. They spoke about the growth of Norway Chess, the reason behind starting this chess tournament, and there was also India's 5-time world champion and the legendary Vishwanathan Anand joining the press interaction virtually on Thursday. So here is what came out from the interaction, and there was also some memorable moments of the 64 squares that Vishwanathan Anand has enduring memories from participating in this Norway Chess in the previous editions. Find out what it was.
The Norway event is one of the most prestigious events in the global chess calendar, and is scheduled to be held from May 26 to June 6, 2025. And it would feature defending champion and world number 1 Magnus Carlsen, reigning world champion Gukesh, Fabiana Caruana, and amongst the women you have from India Humpy, Vaishali R. And what is really noteworthy as far as Norway Chess is concerned is that the only globally renowned chess event to introduce equal prize money for both men and women. With these few words, once again a very warm welcome to the dignitaries from the Norway Chess Association, and moderating this program would be Amit Kamath, who is a sports correspondent of Indian Express and who specializes in the game of chess. It's over to you, Amit.
Thank you so much for taking the time out and attending this fireside chat. We have with us, as Sir has already introduced, there's Dia on my left, who is the marketing manager of Norway Chess. There's Shell, who is the brains behind this whole event, and there's Hogney, who is the co-owner as well, right? And we are supposed to be joined by 5-time world champion Vishi Anand. We are just waiting for him to join. Till then, maybe I thought Shell could start off answering a little bit of questions until we have Vishi sir joining. Shell, thank you so much for being here just to address journalists from Mumbai. I wanted to understand, this event started way back in 2013. What was the thought process behind starting a chess tournament of all things way back in 2013? I think back then you were just about to have a world champion.
Yeah, that's correct. There was no world champion in Norway. It was Vishwanathan Anand who was the world champion in 2012, and when we started Norway Chess, it was in May 2013, and Vishwanathan Anand was part of this tournament. So he was the world champion, and he was meeting Magnus Carlsen in this tournament. So that's the first tournament, and yeah, I thought it was very strange that there was nothing in the Nordic countries. Chess was starting growing, and Magnus Carlsen was a coming big star. And there was no tournaments in Norway and no tournaments in the Nordic countries as with high-level chess players. So I thought it was strange, and I wanted to do something with this. I'm not a chess player myself, so I saw this from outside, and thought it was very nice to do it in a totally different way. So it was big goals, and we started growing from this level.
I think it's one of those tournaments which has always tried to innovate. You know, you've never had events at the same place that you do now. You've tried to innovate, tried to take it to different places, tried and have things like the confessional booth, for example, which is a great hit in India. Things like that. So just talk to us about the evolution of the Norway Chess itself.
Yeah, from the beginning it was very important to get attention on chess, because normally chess players are playing on a discrete arena, not with audience and all these things, and not much media. It was not normal at this time. So I was thinking about how to get attention in chess, and looking to this on a viewer's perspective. So that's what my thoughts. And I have been working in the football industry in many years, and also in other business. And I thought it was nice to think that we should develop something that was good for TV viewers. Because if you have TV, then you have more attention from everyone, and then it's easier to get sponsors and all these things. Because if you should have sponsors, they have to get something back. So that was the start, and starting to see it with eyes from outside.
Right. Speaking of eyes from outside, we have Dia with us, who has no chess background in a sense, but she's been tasked with marketing a chess tournament. Dia, can you just talk to us about the challenges of marketing a chess tournament in Norway and maybe in a country like India?
Yeah, so I started last year at Norway Chess. I've been there for about a year now. I think when I originally chatted with Shell and Benedicte, the general manager, you know, their idea was to actually hire someone who was outside of the chess world. Because once you're in the chess world, you are so kind of just into that bubble. And what we're trying to do is we're also trying to reach the mainstream audience, you know, the growing chess fans. So I think for them, and I think one of the advantages I have is that I can kind of see it from an outside perspective. And of course, you need to know a lot about chess as well. So I'm very happy to have a social media manager, Maria Fargaki, who is a chess expert. So of course, when it comes to those type of things, she is very helpful. But for me, I can have more of an overview in terms of the whole marketing in this thing.
Great. Just to bring in Agne before, I think Vishi sir is also there with us. Agne, you've also been associated in the last couple of years with the tournament. Just talk to us about your perspective in marketing it, getting in sponsors, things like that.
Yes, hello everyone, and thank you for being here. So that's correct, I joined a little more than a year ago with Norway Chess. And what also I was mentioning, what we saw in Norway when Magnus Carlsen rise to the top was that the interest in chess that was typically only chess players transitioned into the mainstream. And chess has become, from Norway not being a chess country at all, suddenly it's a top chess interest country in the world, with chess competing with football and skiing, which are the biggest sports in Norway. And I think even on New Year this year, there was the World Championship in Rapid Chess, and almost a quarter of the population chose to sit and watch the tie breaks in the final rather than to watch the New Year rockets outside. So it tells something about the interest and the change that has happened. And when Shell came to us, I have a background as an investor in the oil industry. A year ago, I also saw that Shell has been incredible in making financially good tournaments with sponsors, sports events in black numbers, which I found is quite unusual 12 years in a row. And I saw the potential in India with the rising talent. If India is going to go in the footsteps of Norway with 1.5 billion people instead of 4 million, it's going to be a very exciting journey to be part of. And I also have a long connection to India. I'm an OCI and Indian wife, so I love India, and I see the chess is from India itself. So I would love to be part of that journey and sharing good best practices from Shell, which I consider the best in the world in organizing chess tournaments, and help bring that to India.
Great. Joining us. Sir, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. So, because Vishy sir wanted to, just start off first, I think we could throw in some questions and then we can return to the panel on stage. Sir, your...
Hang on just a second.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Is that correct? Yeah.
Lovely. Sir, you're somebody who's been to Norway 8 times now. You competed at the Norway Chess event 8 times. Your one-time rival, Gary Kasparov, once, I think we are having some...
Dodgy.
Sorry, I lost you once there.
Oh, we can still hear you.
Yeah.
Lovely. So, you've been to Norway Chess event 8 times. And your one-time rival, Gary Kasparov, has called this the Wimbledon of chess. What do you think about Norway Chess, and what...
You say one time rival, the second time, shall I switch devices or something?
No. I think it's from our end. You can keep talking. We can hear you.
Can you tell me? Yes.
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so obviously Kasparov was called it the Wimbledon of chess. I wanted to understand your perspective about Norway chess, considering you've been there 8 times in the past.
Look, it is one of the premier events. It's relatively new, 2013, 14, and so on, right up to now. And they have evolved very well. They continue to make the tournament stay completely relevant, very attractive, and a demonstration of what top chess is all about. They always have some extra tweak to make it very interesting, whether it's a confessional board or the scoring system. On the Armageddon, it's a very innovative tournament. I like it because, I like Stavanger, I enjoy being in Norway, and I have enjoyed competing in this event many times.
Right. So back when you used to compete, it was just you as the sole Indian going to Norway Chess and competing. Last year we had 3 Indians. This year we have 4 Indians. Can you just talk about what that also means? What that tells us about the growth of Indian chess?
I think it speaks for itself. You can just see what it says about the growth of Indian chess. Certainly on the men's side, Indian chess is as strong as it's ever been. even more so obviously, due to the depth we have. But it's great that humpy is still competing so successfully, and that you'll be joined by Vaishali as well.
Great. I wanted to know, this year we'll witness at Norway Chess one of the all-time classical battles where Gukesh, the reigning world champion, takes on world number one Magnus Carlsen. What are your expectations from that clash? Because I think last year at Norway Chess, we saw Pragyananda beat Magnus for the first time in a classical game. This time we have Gukesh and Arjun both there against Magnus at something we can consider his hometown in a sense. So what are your expectations from that?
I expect a very exciting battle. Both Gukesh and Arjun will not lack motivation or the determination to go after Magnus. But Magnus is highly motivated by our youngsters. I guess we call them that. He is highly motivated by the challenge. I've seen him in multiple tournaments, whether it's Kolkata or World Rapid Blitz. He eagerly looks forward to these confrontations, and so we have the perfect storm. Both of them are very inspired by this game, and I think we have the right to expect some great battles.
Great. You spoke about the innovations at Norway Chess every time, the Armageddon, the confessional booth. Last year we saw that the confessional booth in particular became a big hit in Indian media because a lot of people were very interested to see the thoughts of a player like Hikaru Nakamura, who would go into the confessional booth in the middle of a game and talk about maybe Magnus Carlsen eating noodles in the backstage. I wanted to know, we obviously also saw that the Indians were not very keen on doing that. If you were in their place and the confessional had been around, do you think that you would have been somebody who would be a frequenter at the confessional booth?
Look, the fact is, I have not been a frequent user of the confessional booth. I've been there exactly once. But I think that's also partially force of habit, inertia. I was not used to that possibility. And because I had competed more than 40 plus 38 years or something without a confessional booth, when it was finally introduced, I never remembered to go there. It's not that I didn't want to go. I actually thought it was fun and I should make the effort. But I got caught up in my game and I never went there. I think I mentioned to the organizers once that, remind me at some point, tell someone to tell me, and, maybe I will go. I think they didn't really believe me because they never reminded me. So that's a pity. I used it exactly once and I thought, this is fun, I should do it more often, and then it's just happened, I was able to do it. I don't know if it's the same thing happening with Pragyan, Gukesh, and Arjun. Again, perhaps someone just needs to remind them before the game or something, and they might do it as well. People are much more open to these ideas. And I think it is a great innovation because suddenly it gives the audience some idea what the players are thinking. And this is a big gap because the audience lacks for nothing in terms of knowing what's happening in the game. But to know where the players are is extremely useful information, especially the contrast. When one player says something and that player knows something but the other player doesn't, and the audience is in the loop. That is a very interesting dynamic. And of course, even if they don't talk about chess, they ramble or whatever, that's also kind of fun.
Right. Just a couple of last things before we let you go. I wanted to understand, that we are seeing a lot of innovations in chess these days, where you have something like, as you said, the confessional booth. We also now have heart rate monitors employed at tournaments. I wanted to understand, are there innovations that you want to see in chess tournaments?
I like the fact that a lot of innovations have come up. I think if you have too many in one tournament, it gets distracting also, and there's kind of overload. Armageddon is good because it gives a little in case the game is tending to a draw. I don't know that we have found the perfect value of our Armageddon game after, I mean, it used to be what, 2-1, and then it's a bit more. So we're still tweaking around. I think there might be some formula which will give the Armageddon a bit more importance towards the overall score. But Armageddon plus professional rule is a good enough combination, and if they're going to add more innovations, probably they should move on to those even at the same time. It's not good. I think right now it is a very good format to watch and enjoy, and I will confirm that to you because I will be watching it very, very closely as a commentator, and I'm looking forward to that.
Right. Before we let you go, just one last thing from my side. I wanted to understand, you've been there 8 times before. This year you are going to go back as a speaker at the Norway Summit. Can you tell us maybe a couple of enduring summits, a couple of enduring memories that you have from your previous experiences at Norway Chess?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I wanted to understand if you had any enduring memories from your past 8 times that you competed at Norway Chess.
It would have to be the time I won the cooking, the chef's competition. I wanted to say I was the most surprised of all, but my wife might top me, and these rest day activities are also lots and lots of fun. So, yeah, that's a good memory.
Just for the sake of the audience, what did you cook?
So I'll tell you, we were given ingredients. On that time it was halibut sauce plus halibut plus hollandaise sauce which we had to make. And we were supposed to cut some greens as well to go along with it. And my team member who had injured himself in a cycling accident, and so he was only able to cut vegetable, and he just cut them so finely because there's nothing else he could do for 1 hour or more, so he was just doing a cut. I thought when I put the dish into the oven and I forgot to turn it on, and I realized I forgot to turn it on, I thought I must have messed up any chances I had. But luckily it was only a few minutes and then it turned out to be okay. But my sauce was the winning ingredient.
Right. So beating Magnus Carlsen.
Hollandaise sauce, yes, okay.
Yeah. So beating Magnus Carlsen in the cooking contest was your most memorable memory, in a sense, from Norway Chess?
I have lots of memories there. I mean, it's a very beautiful location. There's a couple of nice lakes nearby you can go to. The town is very nice to visit. And I know that whenever I'm there, I enjoy going for lots of walks and so on. But I thought this might be something unusual for you.
Great. Vishwanathan, thank you so much for taking the time out and doing this. We will obviously see you in Norway during the event itself. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, and for me it's also a very pleasant surprise that suddenly the Norway Chess team is here in Mumbai, and they're having a press conference at the Sports Journalists Association, and I mean I didn't really see that coming. It was a very, very nice connection.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.